got you started in that
Yeah.
to take it online?
Yeah. Well, I think like a lot of similar stories of people that kind of find their thing was not the plan. I didn't
Right.
wake up one day and go, oh, I'm going to utilize this brand new thing called YouTube and teach
Right.
millions of people guitar and
Yeah,
turn it
yeah.
into my career. Not, I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do that. I mean, maybe
Right.
every once in a while that can happen
Hmm.
where you plan something and then it goes exactly the thing you were envisioning. But for me,
Yeah.
that was definitely not the case. So, and it's so fun that we're the exact same age because I don't have to like, I'm with so many young musicians, I have to like be the old guy and
Yeah.
go, well, back in my day,
We didn't have YouTube.
we had to wait in line to get into the movies, and, or,
Yeah.
I waited in line. You could relate to this. I waited in line to get the Use Your Illusion albums when they
Yes.
came out.
Yeah, yeah.
I I
Yeah.
still
Or to
remember
get
like pulling.
concert tickets or
Yeah,
anything like that,
yeah.
yeah,
I
there was a
still
lot of
remember pull.
waiting.
Yeah, I remember pulling up to the record store and the line was around the building on the day that the new
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses albums came out. But I had to wait till after school, to like
Yeah.
go and get into line, and I could
Yeah.
only afford one of them. I only had enough money for one of them,
No.
and
So which one did
I
you get?
that's a really good question. I think I got Use Your Illusion too. I'm not sure why. There must have been like because the songs I hadn't even heard the songs too much yet. So I think maybe one or two of them I just recognized the names or had read about them, and I was like, all
Right.
right, well, I guess I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to go for this one. But as far as my career starting, that started in 2008. But I studied music in college and had a band in college and
Nice.
finished college in 1997, and I was already making my living playing in a band, and decided to try and teach guitar lessons as my day job, which I'm so grateful stuff like Uber Eats and Uber didn't exist, because I'd probably fallen into doing that. But no, I
Yeah.
tried to become a guitar teacher as my day job and then play in bands. And really, I wanted to be a guitar player, not a guitar teacher. I still don't
Hmm.
differentiate them. It's all part of the
Right.
same thing. All the guitar
Sure.
players, all the mentors I had as musicians taught as well. That's like part of
Hmm.
what you do,
Yeah.
is you
Yeah.
teach as part of your thing.
Hmm.
But so that's all already 1997. So I had a good 11 years or even 12 years because I was playing while I was still in college. A good 12, 13 years just being able to pay rent with playing in bands and teaching guitar as my day job. By the time 2008 hit, so 2005, randomly, I got hired as an elementary school music teacher, which I don't know in Canada, do you say elementary school? It's like grade school,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Elementary
know?
school and then high school. Yeah.
Yeah, so elementary school music, it was very similar to School of Rock, and that was before School of Rock. And then when I
Ah.
watched School of Rock, it really moved me because I was doing that in real life. I had little kid bands that I coached, that I put
Nice.
together, and then I taught elementary school music and I played guitar for the kids, but taught, primary music. And
Yeah.
so I thought that was actually probably because then I had just had little babies who are old now. And
Yeah.
so I was thinking definitely more about steady work.
Right.
And I was good with kids and I enjoyed it. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm going to this is actually what I'm going to do, like open a music school or become an elementary school teacher, like not music, but actually teach elementary school. There's a lot of
Right.
things like that I was trying to pivot and shift towards for just security because I had kids
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
And
And you
so
have to sleep when you can as a new parent too, right?
yeah, I'm still it's the
Still
musician in
catching
me.
up.
Yeah. But I in 2005 I did that, and then 2005 to 2008 I really got into that and just played more local gigs in San Diego where I lived instead of touring, because I had toured as a musician and all that. So I became more of a local musician for gigs, and then taught elementary school music like 20 hours a week, and then got tons of private students because I was the trusted music teacher at the school. And then I put a little thing together where I was doing bands with little kids. So all these things are kind of going in a certain direction where I was becoming more of a teacher, and it was steady work.
Yeah.
But then in 2008, when the economy crashed, I got laid off from that teaching job. And then I also lost a bunch of gigs. And I also lost quite a few students because their parents were worried about their financial security as well. And music lessons are kind of an extracurricular thing. Sure, so it seemed like the worst moment in my life, you know? And I was kind of freaking out, imagining like having to move back in to one of my parents' houses with my kids and all that. And it was just a very stressful, you know, thing to think about. Yeah, but right before that, you know, I had my laptop and I had kids. This is a classic thing for any music teacher. They will know this. You show up and there's a certain percentage of them where it's this hobby that they have with a bunch of other stuff. They got soccer and they got sports and they got dance class, and then it's guitar lesson today. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't practice, you know, so the thing is that some of them don't practice. Right. And so you repeat the same lesson, you show up and they kind of fake it, and you know they're faking it, but I also need the revenue. And,
you kind of play along.
And I liked almost all the kids I taught, so I'd have fun with them regardless. But there was this one kid, his name is Colton, and he is now married with kids himself. But at the time he was like probably 15 years old, 14 or 15 years old. And he was a great kid, but just didn't practice a bunch of weeks in a row. And then he was giving me this excuse, well, you know, I can't remember how it goes and this and that. And I said, all right, that's it. I'm going to film exactly what you need to practice on my laptop, just with, just with photo booth on my Mac. Yeah. And then I'm going to put it on this thing called YouTube, you know, which I was using at the time just to host like family videos to share with people. Yeah. And like band rehearsals, share with people. It's like what people use Dropbox for now. Because this was very early on in the very beginning of YouTube. And so I made this clip of what to practice for this kid. And anyone that knows YouTube today will laugh at this. I like this story or anecdote about it. I told the kid Colton, I said, all right, I'm going to put this clip up for you to practice to. And I'm going to put it on YouTube. You've heard of YouTube, right? And I'm going to put your name into the title. And so when you go onto YouTube, just type your name into the YouTube search and hit return, and the video will pop up. And then I am going to check how many views it got, so I know how many times you watched it.
That's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, I thought I was really innovative, actually. But then that led to me going, wow, that was like pretty easy. And I just took 5 to 10 minutes at the end of the lesson to just make a little recap for them. So then I thought, and this is before like I got laid off and lost a bunch of work. This is kind of like within the year leading up to that. So 2006, 2007. So I started making clips for my private students and just putting their name in the title. And then just for my other private students, I'm like, you know, you can watch the other students' lessons if there's like a riff you want to learn. And, you know, and so it became this just kind of like extension of me as a private guitar teacher. And then the next step, I had business cards. For the young folks out there, we used to have these little pieces of cardboard called business cards. And
paper.
Also, I ran an ad in a thing called the Penny Saver, which is a little periodical that you would pay for, which is now what you would do, like Facebook ads and all that stuff. But, you know, I had I spent maybe like $50 to $100 a month to have my guitar lesson ad in this little paper of ads. So we're talking ancient ancient
Yeah.
times, the olden days,
Yeah.
as
You
my
took your
as
chisel and on your stone
yeah.
and you
No. Well, I rode my car. I rode my stone car with my feet
Yeah, that's right.
pushing, and slid down the dinosaur slide
Yeah.
to get to
Yeah.
the school. Uh, no, but I I started. I had business cards in music stores, and so then my next thought was, um, when I'd get a call for a referral, like, oh, the store gave me your guitar, your number, your guitar teacher. I'm curious of guitar lessons. I could say, oh, well, you can go to this YouTube channel and you can see me teaching. And so that was the next step. And then,
Hmm.
so I still wasn't doing what it really became, but that's like that early seed.
Hmm.
Then when I got laid off from the school and then lost a bunch of work and lost some gigs all in like what felt like maybe 1 week, and
Hmm.
I was freaking out, I decided I'm going to start making lessons for a general audience. There's no way you don't make money that way, but I'm
Hmm.
going to basically market myself as a guitar teacher and hope to get more students that way. And also in the olden days of YouTube, you had an inbox. You could message people on YouTube.
Oh,
And
okay.
so it actually worked. I was starting to get messages from people, and they'd be like, "Oh, are you in Southern California? I really like these lessons you're making." And I'd say, "Yeah, well, I do. You can come. I can book a lesson with you." And so that was kind of the next thing. It was really a marketing device to get more students. And
Hmm.
then just I kept my antennas out
Hmm.
and kept learning as YouTube was turning into what it was.
Hmm.
And now it's 18 years later.
Yeah. And here we are. And it
Here
seemed
we
to
are.
work out okay for you.
It's worked out really well. I've had
Uh-huh.
amazing